Hello and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today for review we have the MiniGT Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Alright, let's get right into it with the casting. So this is not a new casting from MiniGT, but it is the first one that they have released since I started doing reviews. So let's get right into it and look at our proportions. They look pretty good from just about every angle, and as you would expect from MiniGT, this is pretty much true 1/64th scale. Looks fantastic. Let's get into our plastic parts here. So off the back, our rear wing here, this is plastic. Other than that, our mirrors are kind of a rubbery plastic. They're actually very nice. You can't really break them off. And then this skirt piece leading up to the intake, I'm fairly certain that this is plastic as well. It kind of inserts into the main die-cast body of the car, and it just has a different feel to it, so I'm fairly certain that it's a plastic bit as well. Other than that, most of our details are casted in. All this vents and stuff back here, casted in. All these lines are casted in up here. All these casted in. And then our base is nothing crazy, but I'm pretty consistent with what I would expect to see on the bottom of an Aventador SVJ. Moving on to our paint and deco, we really don't have a whole lot to say here because this is just kind of a plain, simple treatment. We've got this nice green that really replicates the kind of show colors, I guess, for the SVJ. The colors you kind of initially think of, well, at least what I initially think of when I think of an SVJ. Other than that, though, we have these SVJ logos down here, looking great. Those are on both sides, and that is pretty much all we have for our paint and deco section. We've got all of this is painted black, all of these little intakes and areas you would expect to be in the vents up front, all of that. Really not a whole lot to say for the paint department here. So as we move into our details, we've got quite a few. So to get things started, we have our Lamborghini logo up front where we'd want it. In the back here, we also have Lamborghini written in there. Looks really good. While we're back here, let's mention that we do have taillights. And in the right lighting conditions, as you can see, they actually give off some reflection, so that's really cool. Up front, our headlights are detailed on. They are a plastic insert, as are the taillights. So that looks really good. We have our Italian flag here. And we also have our Aventador SVJ badging right about here. And again, that's really all we have to say for the detailing department. The one thing that I will say is in the back here, typically this exhaust piece is an insert on most cars, and on this one it looks like it's a piece of the base. I'm not positive on that, but if I had to guess, that's what I would say it is. And I think it's a little bit lackluster. It doesn't look quite as nice and defined as some other models have with their exhaust pieces. So for our roll test, it rolls, and it rolls very well. Most MiniGTs do, and this one is no exception. Pros and cons time. So the biggest pro you're going to get out of this is an extremely accurate proportions, an extremely accurate paint scheme on your Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. So if you want just a super accurate SVJ in terms of proportions and looks and everything like that, this is the way to go. The other big pro that I'll give it is only about $12. So price wise, proportions wise, looks wise, it's a really great release. For our cons, we really only have the one, and I kind of mentioned it earlier. Our back piece here just doesn't look quite as detailed as other releases have, even just ones that I've recently reviewed. I think maybe we could have just given the exhaust tips some color here, some silver paint on those perhaps, and that really is all I could really want in addition to what we have here, because other than that, this is pretty much a perfect release, I would say. And now for some size comparisons. Here we have it with some other Lamborghinis you might have in your collection, with the Hot Wheels Lamborghini Cayenne, and the MiniGT Lamborghini Huracan. And here it is paired up with some other supercars you might have in your collection, with the Matchbox Pagani Huayra Roadster and the Hot Wheels Ford GT. And for our final size comparisons, here it is next to some other Aventadors you might have in your collection, with the Hot Wheels Aventador and the Kyosho Aventador SV. Alright, so time to give it an overall rating. I think this particular release of the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ from MiniGT deserves a 9.8 out of 10. I don't think there is any reason you should skip this release. I think it is essentially a perfect SVJ release. It is a perfect color choice in my opinion. And the casting, well, we already knew the casting was amazing because it was released in a couple other colors earlier. But overall, if you don't have an SVJ casting in your collection, I think this is a perfect one to go towards. However, there is another choice. Tomica did an identical color scheme of an SVJ as well, and we will do a little comparison of those two in a future diecast duel. And with that, guys, that's all I have for you for this review. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Tell me what you think of this release in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe if you are new. I will see you guys in the next video.